Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Rwagnation League Grand Prix here in the F2 cars for the Abu Dhabi circuit, the season finale. Oh my word. I didn't think honestly, I say this every season, right? I know this, I apologize for repeating myself, but every single season I say the same thing. I cannot believe when this many seasons in. At the end of season 3, I was like, wow, we weren't even expecting to go to season 2. And then we got season 2, and then we got season 3, and that was season 4, and then now, season 5, done and dusted. We're about to move into our 6th season. This is incredible. So I want to thank every single one of you that supported us in any way, shape, or form. But I also want to welcome into the commentary booth my good friend and accomplice, as always, Safso. How you doing?
I'm excited for this last race. How are you doing?
I'm sad, man. I'm sad. I hate the end of seasons. It always makes me want to cry. I'm good. I mean, Abu Dhabi, you know what? It's a very hit and miss circuit, isn't it? There's a lot of... I think it's very Marmite. A lot of people hate it. A lot of people love it. It's very, very strange to see. But we'll have to just wait, I guess. I do need your prediction, though, for the 1, 2, 3 before anybody gets a time in. So what have you got, Saf? So hit me with it.
I think it's going to say as it is at the moment. Aviator Bika Torza.
Alrighty, well we've had 2 people who have invalidated their laps already. I don't know, honestly. I have no idea how this is going to look, how this is going to fare down, because it looks like it could be quite a banger, but at the same time, it looks like it could be a bit of a mess, to be honest. There's a few corners on this circuit in particular that are very difficult, even in the F1 cars. I'm looking at sort of turn 3, is it? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, turn 3, the long right-hander. That area there, especially as the tires start to wear down, becomes really oversteery. You can easily lose the back end if you haven't got like the most stable setup. And you know, each lap your tires are disintegrating more and more. But so far, it doesn't seem to be affecting any of these guys.
No, I think most of them are taking it nice and carefully just to make sure they get a lap in. Obviously, we've got a couple of disqualifications already. Yeah, I think they're just making sure they don't compromise themselves for this first race, and then I think we're going to see a lot of penalties during the race. Maybe a few spins as well.
Well, Bika currently up at the front of the grid as it stands, currently looking to get that pole position in his pocket. Remember, 4 points will be awarded to him if he gets pole position, but as he comes to the line then, has he got it done? Yes, he has, by 3/10 ahead of Lando's Miltman, who then has Aviator hunting him down there in P3. Wow, their lap times are pretty spread, look at that. 148.1, 148.4, 148.5, and then a 149.1. Bika looking very good then going into this race. However, lots can happen as you go in towards turn 1. So here's the result at the end of qualifying. Bika on pole position, so he's going to get those 4 points in his pocket. With Lando's on P2, Aviator P3, Noosa P4, Foxy P5, Marquez P6 with Hayden in 7th, Eterno P8 with Mark and P9, Matt running out the top 10, Ravenduck in best of the rest, but then Tortor, Jeb, Amkasa, Tommy P, Colmanic, WG Players, and Welsh Toast leading us out. But the last 5, if you look at that, actually all got DQ'd. They didn't get a time on the board. The reason they got DQ'd would have been for track limits or extending the track limit, should I say, and corner cutting. So we'll see whether or not they're actually able to rein that in a little bit coming into the race, because you don't want any penalties here.
No, but as we've seen throughout the whole season, it's been very detrimental to some people's races. We've seen wins decided by it, top 8s decided by it. So
yeah, exactly. Exactly. I have just noticed my graphics settings are a little, they're all low. Quickly make it look a bit better, shall we?
I will make sure it doesn't look different.
Oh, it's okay.
No, it is not.
We're good. There we go. Should look better now. Even slightly, even if it's only lighting, it'll look better now, which is good. We like better, especially in this game.
And especially at the finale.
Exactly. Well, yeah, you've got to go all out, haven't you? I mean, I'd go full ultra if my FPS didn't just suddenly tank whenever that happened.
Same.
It's more the stream, to be honest. The stream just starts skipping frames rather than...
right, okay.
Yeah, but... Here we go then. Abu Dhabi F2 Series. Beaker's already apparently set the fastest lap. I'm not sure how he's done that, but well done to him. We are, of course, on the formation lap, so he's going to be leading us around. Okay, so in terms of the top 3, who did you say again? It was Bika, Aviator Torza, you said, wasn't it? And he's now P12. So you got 2 of them in the top 3. But do you reckon you could actually nail it down for the top 3 for the race?
Doubt it, but I'll give it a go.
No confidence.
The thing is, because Beaker did a race yesterday and it didn't go overly well, so I thought maybe his confidence would be a bit down. Obviously, he's proving me wrong, so I'm actually going to say Beaker for the win. No, I know he isn't pegged down. P2 and 3 is going to be tough because, as quick as Lando's is, we have seen him struggle a bit when he's been nearer the top. But we've also seen Aviator struggle. But looking at the guys behind, I'd say their nearest proper challengers are probably Hayden and Turner, and they're down in 7th and 8th. So I'm going to say Beaker, Landers, and Aviator will be in the top 3. But I think Aviator's going to finish 2nd, and I think Landers is going to get a penalty, which puts him down to 3rd.
See, I get where you're coming from. However, I have to disagree. Honestly, I think realistically we're looking at Beaker taking the dub here pretty easily, pretty convincingly. I think Lando's Millman's going to be in 2nd, but I think he's going to be on his own island. I think Aviator, he's going to be outside that podium altogether. I think he's had a lot of issues where his pace is good, but he gets a bit too send happy and things go wrong for him, and then he ends up falling outside that podium altogether. Either be penalties or damage or just physically spinning the car and losing positions that way. However, I do believe this is Foxy making a return. He's very good at the starts because he uses, obviously, the controller with the traction control. And I think on a track like this, as long as he keeps himself under control and doesn't start getting a bit send happy, he should actually be pretty okay here. I think a P3 is definitely on the cards for him. I'm not sure about the others, though. I'm normally one to start singing praises about Hayden, right? Because in these F2s, he has really grown from strength to strength. I've seen him go from being right at the back and struggling to compete to being right at the front and competing quite nicely. And I think realistically, he's actually on his A game when it comes to these F2 cars. But this just doesn't strike me as a track that would suit his driving style. And I think he's going to find it quite difficult here among all of these drivers for the 8 laps that we have in the feature race.
Yeah, and then that's going to have quite a short sprint race, isn't it? What, 5-6 laps, probably?
I think it's 7. I could be wrong.
7? Oh.
I think it's 7. I could be wrong. You might be right on 6. I could be wrong, though. Normally it is like that, but I've just got that feeling, you know. Well, here we go then. We are here in Abu Dhabi, about to get underway. Well, let me press the brake pedal so I can actually have the... there we go. And it's go time. We actually got quite a nice little start there from the front runners. I think Lando's Rumbles actually had a better one. He's already going up towards P1. Beaker's had a big problem there. That's actually Aviator getting on these inside too. So Beaker needs to keep it under control. This rotation, there it is. I said it was going to happen and it has happened. And that is Tortor out of this race as well. A retirement on the track. Beaker trying to stick it to Lando's Millman. He's going around the outside of him. This is going to be quite a tough line to fight him through. I think he's going to have to concede the position. Although he's trying to stick it out. He's then lost out. We've lost another driver. Yellow flag in sector 1. We've lost another one as well. That was Matt. So Matt and Tortor are out. I think Aviator has... he's actually escaped wing damage, believe it or not. Was it Beaker that got wing damage? No.
No, he looks fine.
Interesting. All right, well, Lando's P1, Beaker P2, Marquez P3 as we come down the straight.
Yeah.
Oh, Amcassa's in a kerfuffle. You seen this? You seen Amcassa going 3 wide here with Kulmanik? And Tommy P, I think. He's going to be really tight. He's actually backed right out there. He did not want to get into that fight at all. He didn't. Oh, there's been another rotation. Yeah. Well, I think Fox just ran into him, truth be told.
Okay.
But yeah.
I didn't have the greatest angle on that, so...
It was sad. Sad times. Wait, Marquez? Marquez is P1 right now. He just slipped down the inside of both of them. Where's Lando's Millman? He's right. He's actually genuinely back in P11. How has this happened?
What? Did Marquez just have like a really big dive in the St. Lando's?
We've got Tom Daly then here. Oh, Beaker's fighting him as well. And Marquez is kind of giving Beaker the shove to go off the track. Oh, Hayden's here. Maybe I did overlook him.
Oh, and Turner's been spun round. I think that was Newser just running into the back of him.
Yeah. He's got a penalty for it as well. Tommy P's also got a penalty, but that's for track limits.
Raven's in 4th.
What is going on? It's the season finale and everyone's lost their minds. People are in places they shouldn't be. It's just the whole balance of the universe is very much out of alignment here. Jeb up there in P6 well. He's trying to fight with Mark, and Beaker's losing out here quite convincingly. No, he's not. because the telemetry is messed up. Everything's fine. Hayden is there still on the back of him in this battle for the podium and the race win.
Yeah, he's actually already in the podium place, but it's the battle for the win he's interested in. Beaker all over the back. For me, Beaker is ghosted. So,
Yeah.
I know he's quite solid now.
It's the telemetry is all messed up.
Yeah.
So we have lost WG plays. That is a retirement,
That's a
I
crash.
believe. Oh no, he's crashed, yeah. That is a proper crash. And somebody else has had an issue there as well. There's Markham. He looks to have lost all of his front wing. He's not moving on the circuit anymore. He's come to a
Houston and
complete
Foxy
stop.
have come into the pits.
Yeah. We have Tommy P hunting down McCall Manic, who's actually right there. Look at that. He's right in the gearbox of Joey Eterno. Joe goes defensive onto the inside now. It's going to be pretty awkward coming through the chicane if Colmanic goes round the outside, which is exactly what he's trying to do. Eterno goes a little bit deep, but not really a problem. They're still staying side by side, but the door gets closed on Colmanic pretty harshly. No damage for Colmanic, it looks like. It was staying clean in terms of wing, but, I mean, he already has the left end plate missing anyway. A bit of love taps going on here. Yeah, Tommy P's trying to get involved in this too, but this is going to have to be a long dive around the outside. Colmanic going down the inside. Joey Turner's giving a bit of a squeeze there, but didn't quite get it. He's had another wheel-to-wheel moment. The banging of wheels is definitely happening. And, oh, big set from Tommy P. Too deep. And, yeah, that was going to happen. Unfortunate for him, he will stay, well, fall now to P12.
Meanwhile,
Marquez
Ravenduck
there.
is on back. Huh?
I was going to say Marquez there. Look at that.
Yeah, he's actually looking good to get the win here, although we are about to get DRS enabled, so that might change some things. But Ravenduck holding on to P4 from Landis, it's already got back up to P5, so he's been carving through the field. And,
Yeah, this
and
is
I'm
on you if
imagining-
it goes wrong. I'll let you know that.
How's he on me?
Well, because you just said it. You just said Raven Duck doing wrong.
Fair. Okay, right.
I'm not getting involved if this goes wrong. I don't want anything to do with it. Beaker's also right there on the back of Marquez as well. He's trying to just apply pressure to Marquez and force him to make a mistake. And remember, Marquez is the keyboard warrior. That's what we're calling him. He is very good on the keyboard, considering all the situation. He's going to struggle next season because the assists are being changed quite dramatically. If you haven't seen the announcement, I would suggest you do !mark Discord in the chat. Go and have a look. Quite good. Very useful information there for you. Here comes Beaker then, on the back of Marquez. That's almost very nearly a crash there. Round the outside, he's going to round the outside through the chicane. He's going to be insane, but he's going to stick it through this contact. Marquez closed the door. Beaker has definitely got his elbows out as a result. And yeah, Hayden Gullis is able to just go around the outside of these guys now. He's going to have everything. He's giving such a wide berth because he does not want any damage from this. They are 3 wide, and they're coming up into the chicane. Beaker's got the car ahead. Marquez is stuck on the inside, but that looks like Hayden is actually kind of pushing Beaker through here. A Beaker span! No! The back end has stepped, and that's him down to P3. He might even lose more than that. There goes the 2 leaders, and I think more coming. There's Landos, there's Ravenduck, and there is Aviator. So he's down to P6, and the worst part is that was all on his own. No one actually touched him. There, Ravenduck went for a deep nosedive onto Lando's Miltman, sends him off the circuit, but he's still keeping it together. Oh, a little switchback of dreams here for him. Oh, the squeeze. And yeah.
And he's in the wall.
Yeah. He's actually kept his wing intact. It's not got any damage. Don't go any further back. Don't go any further back. Oh, that rejoin was a bit questionable. Ayrton there on the back at Welsh Toast, coming into the final corner. We're only on lap 4. We ain't even got halfway through the race.
If the sprint race is anything like this, I think you're going to be out of breath by the beginning of the F1 race.
Yeah, exactly. And I know that one's going to be an absolute banger as well. We've got the constructors still to contend for on that one. I never thought it would go all the way down to the final race, but it has. And it's going to be a banger. I'm really looking forward to that. Hayden, though, P1. I mean, DRS is enabled. He obviously got enabled last lap, but now Hayden looks pretty comfortable. I think I owe him an apology. I heavily overlooked him. I did not think he was going to be this strong in this Grand Prix. This looks like it's been the best Grand Prix he's ever had.
Yeah. To be fair, I did also say he was a bit too far back. Clearly, I was wrong as well. So
a joint apology in the papers needed, definitely.
Yeah. But the race is not over yet. Marquez has got DRS, and Hayden could do the exact same thing Beaker did. So anything happen. Marquez to the outside. Is he going to try anything? I think he wants to try it, but he knows he has to just stick back, wait for a better opportunity. And Hayden doesn't drop it quite yet.
No. Now, Bika is still in with the podium fight, and actually, the battle for the race win is still very much on the cards. It's not just a 2-horse race. Lando's Milkman is only 1.9 away, and he only needs a good exit or two to really break that gap right the way down. Bika, though, is going to be on the back of Aviator, and I think he's going to be pretty fired up, so he's going to be looking for a little bit of a send opportunity. I don't think we're going to be seeing it until we get to the long back DRS straight, but we'll have to wait and see. Ravenduck and Amkasa, the battle of the admins for P10 and 11. Who is going to be... Oh, it's not Amkasa. He's gone off the track.
And I
He's
think
trying.
Bika might have just got some damage. Oh, and he's gone down again!
And in the wall. Oh, he's livid.
Yeah, no, he's just thrashing the car around now. Is that a retirement?
Retire. They're still going.
No.
They're staying committed for now.
Yeah, for how much longer though? Because, yeah, no, I think that's... There we go.
Well,
oh dear.
ladies and gents, that's not the way to behave on the circuit. I just want to point that out. I'll be having a word with that individual later. Hayden Gullis, though, had a bit of a mistake there coming out that hairpin. Now he's going to be very vulnerable to one Marquez, who is so close to him already, and it's a huge straight. Hayden knows this. That's why he's going all the way onto the curb, because he does not want to have any opportunity for Marquez to go through, but realistically he needs to let him go. He needs to let him go purely because he's going to have the DRS on the next straight, and this will be more beneficial to him if he just keeps it clean, which he has done. He's got really solid, smooth exit there. DRS again wide open. Marquez is very much on the inside once more. He's going to try and effectively do what Hayden did on the last straight, except now Hayden has that extra bit of momentum, has the priority coming into the chicane, and that is why Hayden is back to being race lead. Lando's Milkman, though, he's going to start adding some salt and spice to this battle because he's P3 and very much in this fight for race lead.
Yeah, and so Hayden does seem to be struggling a bit with the fact that Marquez is really just sticking to the back of him all the way through. He's not being able to pull away from that car, and this is actually pulling Aviator closer as well. So as you said before, it could actually end up being a 4-way fight by the end of this race.
Yeah, it really could, and that's the thing. You know, it's already been quite a tough race for race leaders anyway. I mean, Beak obviously struggled early when he was being chased down by Marquez, and Marquez also having issues too. Really didn't help them out either, but now it just looks like it's only going to get closer and closer as this time goes on. Lando's Milkman going for a move around the outside and towards turn 1. This might give Hayden Gullis the break he needs if this battle continues. Oh, Marquez did run Lando's a little bit further out. I mean, he has every right to do so, but it did force him out wide. Aviator on the back of this whole situation now. He's very much been dragged into this fight. Hayden, though, does have a chance here. He does have a chance. He's actually... Has he done it? 1.1 to the DRS line. I think he's done it. Yes, he has. He's actually broken DRS.
Which means Lando's is going to have a very good opportunity on Marquez here because Marquez has lost that DRS.
Yep, there we go then. It's continuing. Lando's Milkman is going for that maneuver on Marquez. That is a job done, Ski. There's no way that that's going to change anytime soon. Marquez is going to have to try and get the DRS battle back. However, Lando's is within DRS range of Hayden, so he has that to help him defend. I don't think he's going to need to defend. Avia is not even able to really attack either of these guys ahead either, so I think we're just going to be staying in the same top 4 for now. We just have to wait and see.
Yeah, here's broadcast view having a lovely helicopter shot, which is pretty rare. I don't see that often in Abu Dhabi.
Lucky you. I have a front left wing shot from Avia.
Oh, that was not even pleasant.
Very, very. I mean, also want to point out, there is still a battle going on for P5, but it hasn't really sort of spiced up. There's also a battle here for P10. Amkasa and Jeb having a little bit of a scrap. Jeb down the inside. Amkasa stuck out wide. He's going to give him just enough room. Amkasa really put the pressure there on Jeb, but it was very respectful, very well done. Jeb's coming right back at him at the end of that chicane. He's got the inside line. Amkasa had to dive out of the way there. Very good reactions from him to be able to avoid that contact. That could have very nearly ended in tears. Hayden Gullis, though, he's going to be feeling this heat now from Lando's all up in his grills. This is not easy, especially with this and next lap to go. Yeah, he's got every decision he makes now is vital to this race.
Yeah, I think he has to let Lando's through on the first GRS zone to get that second one, and then just hope it's enough to get ahead. And the chicane of Marquez has got a penalty.
Yeah.
That could be big for deciding the podium.
It really could, especially... I mean, Avia is now outside of the 2-second margin as it stands, so Marquez is pretty clear. As long as he doesn't make any more mistakes, he should be okay to hold on to that P3. However, This fight for race leader, Lando's Moment wants to change it up. DRS wing wide open into the very strong and powerful toe. Flick out to the right hand side, and then you should have that position locked in by the time you get to the braking zone. Hayden, don't fight this. He's gone to the inside. They're going side by side. He's trying to let it happen, but he has got the exit he needs here. This is great stuff for Hayden Gullis. He's going to be right there on the gearbox of Lando's Milkman with the DRS wing wide open once more, but I don't think he quite got the exit that he needed. That wasn't that fast. They are going to be side by side when they come into the braking zone here. This is going to be quite important. They're going to be so late into it. Round the outside goes Hayden Gullis. It's going to be the inside for the next, but it's going to be the outside again after that, but he has managed to get that move locked in. It's very tight through that chicane. And Marquez now, he has been brought even closer than he was before to this fight. However, Aviator gained a lot of time there, so this could really spell disaster for Marquez.
Yeah, and I think it's just going to depend on how hard Landis and Hayden does, because by the looks of it, Landis is a lot quicker in the corners. He's all over the back of Hayden.
Yeah.
And then he just doesn't quite get the exit he needs sometimes. So if Hayden can just keep holding up, that's going to bring Aviator in, which can keep Marquez busy, meaning Lando's might get a little bit of pressure from behind.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, this is heading into the last lap. It doesn't feel like, does it? It feels like we've been going from that one.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But Hayden and Landos, though, they are realistically the only two people who can fight for this race win, unless a penalty is issued to either one of them. But they look too consistent for it right now. So good stuff from Hayden. He's really shown he can defend, and he's also very smart when it comes to that defense as well. He's, you know, accepting that, yeah, okay, on that first straight, you've got to just surrender the position, but then you get the DRS for the next one. That makes it so much better. However, look how much closer they are on this lap. Lando's Millman is so close to the back of Hayden Gullis, but Hayden actually got a fantastic exit. He's still gaining time. He's now losing it as soon as they get properly into the 6th gear. And now, this could be bad news bears for Hayden Gullis. Hayden's gone defensive down the inside. This is, I guess, good, but the problem is he's going to lose so much speed here on this exit, and this is the most crucial bit, because this is the proper overtaking opportunity for Lando's Milkman. He let all that time happen through that first straight. Lando's Milkman round the outside with the DRS wing wide open. He's going to have to hold it tight if he wants to keep that P1 locked in, and Hayden's coming in. He's got a bit deep. He's run very deep into the corner, but he has held race lead. This is huge for Hayden. No mistakes can be made now. Aviator's on the back of Marquez as well. He's trying to physically get that position done, but he gets a penalty for his troubles. That's not going to help him move up to P3. And Lando's Milkman now, he's realistically the only person who can change any of the history here in this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And I think Hayden will actually make it through, keeping his consistency record intact. He's done such a great job this entire season where he's been involved in. Honestly, I'm so pleased to see how great he has proven himself. And in the first feature race, Lando's Milkman's trying to stick it through, but Hayden should have the exit he needs. Yes, he has. The race win is his. Lando's Milkman P2, Marquez P3, Aviator in 4th place, and Mr. Aeterno gets 5th.
Whew.
That was a bit nervy, wasn't it? Honestly, yeah. when I saw Hayden being race leader still at the end of the first DRS straight, I was almost certain Lando's was gonna keep that one and take it away from him. So very well defended there from Hayden. I think also very well read from Lando's, because Hayden did make a bit of a mistake. They went very deep into the corner, but still very, very good stuff regardless. Oh, yeah, what a fight!
I was almost kind of hoping something would happen when Lando's tried it at the last corner.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like it was going to happen, honestly. It did look like it was going to happen. But no, it hasn't. We are staying as we are. And guess what? Amkasa actually didn't crash today in this race. He actually survived in the first one. So if you did that in your predictions, then well done. You get some points. If you thought that Amkasa was going to crash, I mean, realistically he's going to. But he did all right. He didn't DNF. Pika did, though.
Yep, he did indeed.
Well, the rundown at the end of the feature race is as follows, of course. With the huge Grand Prix there for Hayden, he does get that race win, so 25 points in his pocket, and he's actually on track now to secure himself the overall weekend win. I don't think I've ever said that about Hayden Gullis. Lando's Milkman in P2, and he gets the fastest lap, so he also gets 2 points for that, so that's why he's on 20. So the battle between them still rages on, effectively, even into the sprint race. It can still keep going. Marquez P3, Aviator P4, Aeterno P5, Welsh Toast P6, with Tommy P P7, Colmanic P8, Raven at P9, with Jeb rounding out the top 10, and then I'm casting in best of the rest. Then Foxy, Noosa, Beaker, Markin, WG Players, Matt, and Tortor are the remainders, and it was Beaker, Markin, WG Players, Matt, and Tortor who all DNF'd from that race. One of which shouldn't have been done. You know what I mean? Right, let me very quickly sort out the notification thing because we didn't get to test it prior to the stream because Mr. Furball was occupied. However, I have now done the needful. Furball, if you could please now test and confirm it works.
Oh, and the sprint race is in the daytime.
It is. I think the sprint in real life. I think the sprint race is actually before the official F1 race, isn't it?
Yeah.
On the Sunday, yeah.
So actually, this makes sense because this is the sprint race in the daytime before the F1 race in the nighttime.
I mean, it's set to the official time, so I think it just mirrors everything that happens IRL as well.
Yeah.
This is good stuff then. Right. So the sprint race is about to go underway. The drivers are on the grid already, just sorting out how they want to attack this race. Obviously, they don't get to choose the tyres they start on, and we have seen in the past that they do end up with a bit of mixed match. A couple of drivers ended up on different compound tyres. We'll confirm that in just a second, whether or not they have got that there as well. Let's have a look. Tyres, where are you? No, everybody's on the softs. Okay, good. That means everybody has the equal chance to fight this one through and no one is being put in the dirt. But Kulmanik is going to be the race leader with Tommy P in P2. And then it's going to be our race winner, Hayden Gullis in P8. His contender for this overall weekend win is in P7 though. So Hayden has to do what he did in the last race effectively. He just has to mirror that. He started around about the same place in the feature race. And he managed to pull it all together and get himself up there and take the race win. If he can achieve better points than Lando's, then it's pretty simple. But he needs to outscore him by 5 points at least in order to keep it as a tie. Oh, there's a prediction in the chat. Have you seen it? For Hayden to win the overall weekend.
Ah.
Would you be voting yes? Would you bet your ginger nuts on yes or no?
I would be voting yes.
I actually, yeah, oh, interesting line. Oh, yeah, cool, Manic. Oh, he's just having a little donut. He's wanting to celebrate the season out, you know?
Yeah.
But, I mean, at least they didn't get removed from the formation that.
Yeah, I wonder what the ruling on donuts is going to be for the F1 race.
None.
Ah. Is it going to be a separate session?
Whoa!
I think there was a session last season, wasn't there?
I don't remember. I actually don't remember. My memory is not particularly very good. Yeah, we'll have to. I'm sure somebody in the chat will remember and let us know how we did it last year. I don't think we made any changes. I think we let the race go to the end, and then I think there was a separate session hosted afterwards, off stream, where they did donuts. But I don't remember exactly what happened.
That sounds about right.
I mean, it's such a nice feeling though, isn't it? When you reach the end of a season, even if you don't particularly have like a great finishing position overall, it's still sort of closing that book on the, you know, on that season of the racing career, sim racing career, whatever you want to call it. It's good stuff. We are now coming back in then, so 6 laps is the so you were right, yep, 6 laps for this sprint race. And Colmanic leading us away. What's your 1, 2, 3 real quick?
Eternal Colmanic King.
Eternal Colmanic Hayden. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I doubted him last time. I'm going to doubt him again, just so then I can maintain that thing. So I'm going to go... I'll figure out later. Lights are on then here in the sprint race. Carson's got to drive through for a jump start. That is not the way to go. Carson, the lights have gone out. We are away, and already we're seeing Tommy P get a fantastic start up into P1 on the start of the race at turn 1. He's already done it, and that's fantastic stuff from him. Now we're already seeing more scraps as well further down. Gonna go nearer the back of the field. Hayden's going around the outside of all of these. I think he's currently sat, I'm going to assume P5. Oh, big crash. Huge crash. Raven Duck gets sent off into the wall. How is he not retired? I don't know, but the whole left side of his wing is in bits.
Yeah.
And he's done and dusted.
He's just staying still. There we go, he's finally on his way. Maybe he's just in shock from whatever happened.
I mean, I would be in shock. That was a hell of a crash. He's retired from the session as well. Look at this battle as well. Matt, Jeb, and WG players. They're flying in the flying V, and it looks like Torian wants to get involved in this. It's now 4 wide, coming into the breakers up for the chicane. This is going to be mental coming into it, but some people back out early. Torian does not back out. He's on the inside, but the Red Bull there of Matt has managed to get into P11. And now Torian in P12, looking to get the slipstream done on Matt. Bump drafting, it looks like here, but the inside is wide open for him. Is he going to take it coming into the chicane? It's going to be an awkward one, but he's going to try it nonetheless. Onto the brakes he goes. Who's going to come through? It looks like Torian. Nope, Matt's actually going to fire off, and I think well done defending there from Matt. Very respectful driving from the two of these guys, and that was fantastic to see.
Yeah, meanwhile, at the top it is hunting up Cool Manic really close to Tommy P. He wants to take this win. And Aviator actually went up to third. He's gone up 2 places.
Yeah, yellow flag sector 3. I can't see who that is. It looks like Foxy. He's brought himself back on the circuit once more, though. Aiden up now to P9, although we will have to wait until we get to lap 3, it looks like, before we can officially confirm anything. All of these standings seem to be pretty messed up right now. Colmanic, though, is still race lead. Has taken race lead, sorry. Tommy P made a bit of a mistake through the final corner. Oh, a bit of contact between them as well. That was Aviator giving him a bit of a nudge. Aiden is... I'm not exactly sure where he is. Who's that ahead of him?
That is... Ooh, I'm actually not sure myself. Is that Marquez?
I don't think so.
No, Marquez is right behind him.
Welsh Toast. There you go.
Ah, yes. Oh, Aviator's round.
Yep. That is Aviator making a mistake. Hitting down the inside. Exit needs to be clean. It looks pretty clean. The toe is going to be against him, though, here. We also got a little bit of a scrap going on a bit further ahead. Landos Millman and Joe Eterno are going wheel to wheel in the drag race, effectively, all the way down to the braking zone for the chicane. Who's going to be later on the brakes? Who's going to be better on the brakes? It looks like Joe got slightly later, but it looks like Landos Millman's managed to carry the momentum through. He's going to take the outside line through there. Bit of a contact between the two of them, but nothing to worry about as it stands. Welsh Toast P5. Landos Milkman, though, because of the break he's made through this traffic, he's looking really good to take away the overall weekend win from what it could be Hayden's unless this race changes out. Evita's gone right off the circuit there. That's into the wall. He's gone and out of this race.
Yeah, and Marquez is out as well, so I wonder if there's a collision between them.
It's possible. It is very possible. We've lost 3, and we have kind of lost a 4th in Amkasa, who is very far back. We'll see how that one pans out later. But Welsh Toast and Eterno, they're having a little bit of a scrap here. It looks like Joe's really struggling for pace right now. Aiden actually closing in just a touch on this. There's still a bit of a gap. I think they're outside the DRS range. Oh, it's been sent on as well. Is that Beaker coming down the inside of him? Yes, it is. What a move from Beaker. The gap was left open, and Beaker says, thank you. I've been waiting for this present. I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's not looking great for him in the overall weekend, is it?
Don't put him in the dirt yet. All right, it's still available. It's still on the table. You know, penalties need to come into a factor. Something you can. Oh, big off track there from Turner. Welsh Toast as well as trying to actually keep alongside of him. He did have to back out there. Joe very nearly bounced off and into the wall, but he did keep control of his car. Oh, bit of contact there between Welsh Toast, but no damage. The gap has been reduced significantly now. Beaker helping pull Hayden along effectively here. DRS being available now on lap 3. The telemetry on left is now accurate, I can assure you. So bear that in mind as we come in towards the braking zone here. Welsh Toast is going for the right-hand side on Eterno. Beaker might even go for a lunge here too, to be honest. Joe's gone very late onto the brakes here. Surely he's going to go deep. Yes, he has. Very deep, in fact. He's had to use the runoff. He might even get a penalty for that. Nope. I think he's okay. Oh. Beaker! Oh, no! Beaker and Welsh Toast have contact. Hayden Gullis has been promoted to P5. And this might be the overall weekend win back on the cards here for Hayden. I said it could happen. I said it could happen. WG players and Welsh Toast are actually fighting now. That is as a result of the carnage that happened between Welsh Toast and Beaker. Now WG players, he's actually going for the inside. He might even get this one locked in. I think he has. They're staying wheel to wheel, but I think the better run from WG players. Yep, he's got it done. P7, and now Noose is coming.
Yeah, but he seems to be losing a bit of time. The corners might be running lower downforce. Well said. Oh!
Oh. Yep.
That was, and loses round.
What is going on here? Oh, I thought that was going to be a big crash there. Chance of a very angry Beaker. 300%. Yeah, 100%. 100,000.
Beaker has lost his front wing.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he's rammed into another wall.
And another one.
Yep. Oh.
And another one. There's DJ Khaled when you need him.
And another
and
one.
A penalty.
Oh, he's actually coming from the
And a
pits.
smooth
Is
drive
that to
into the
retire or
pit.
to repair?
He's demonstrating what you should do. This is definitely retirement. And
3, 2,
no?
1.
Oh, I thought that was it. It is, and it's Welsh Toast getting a penalty. Lando's Milkman on the back of Tommy P. He's within DRS range. He doesn't seem to have it engaged though. I wonder if he knows he's got it.
Maybe he was out of range and then within range after the hairpin. Because he'll definitely be in range here, unless he has a really poor exit.
Welsh Toast has
Welsh
retired.
Toast is out. That looks like a crash.
Yep. I've had it. He crashed there though.
Maybe he was hit off by someone. And Carson's coming through, so hopefully we'll see what happened there.
Oh, there's contact. Lando's Milkman and Tommy P. Oh, big. Wait. What? Okay. So Lando's Milkman has desync with Tommy P. He drove through him, but Tommy P was actually affected by him. So,
oh no.
A hard yikes there. That was, as Badger has put it, the mother of desyncs. It definitely was. Anusa and Foxy having a bit of a scrapperino as well. Is that Matt? Matt is off. Matt has had a big off there. Going through turn 3. Said it could happen.
I think he's... Yeah, it looks like he's just lost the rear end on the exit of that.
Oh, Colmanic's had a spin. He's actually hit the wall. That's actually brought Lando's Milkman into P1. Suddenly, the overall weekend win is gone really dark here for Hayden, and now Lando's might be able to snatch this away.
Colmanic's got damage.
Yep, big damage. And then Aeterno's catching up to him as well.
Yeah, but so will Hayden, so... Like you said before, don't count Hayden out yet. And Aeterno's got a penalty. Hayden can still get third.
Could. But the pace has been dropping for Hayden. That is the issue. And Aeterno only has a 2-second penalty, which, yes, Hayden's now within that. Oh, the back end step in. The back end step there. He's not even got wing damage. He just looks very uncomfortable in this race. I don't know if the pressure's starting to get to him or something like that, but let's look at the maths here. Lando's Milkman, if he finishes where he is right now, will score 15 points. Yes, 15 points. Hayden, if he gets P3, will score 10 points, which would tie them up.
The fastest lap.
Exactly. So Hayden needs a bit more than just what he's got right now. He needs to get P3 physically and the fastest lap, or pray that Tommy P has some sort of issue which causes him to be completely out of this Grand Prix and promotes Hayden up to P2. That is effectively the only way I see this one changing up, to be honest. This is about to be a very tense final couple of laps.
Yes, indeed. I mean, what he really needs is someone like Beaker to go and get the fastest lap, because he's on fresh ultra-soft tyres. So if anyone outside the top 10 comes in, the Steelers have fastest lap, that takes away from Lando's.
Yeah. I didn't realise Lando's had the fastest lap in this one as well. Torin! That's not the way. And Hayden gets a penalty. Hayden's got a penalty because he gets sent off the circuit. The overall weekend win was his to an extent. I mean, his chances are dwindling even more now, but that penalty has really made it so much harder. And Torin just keeps going at him. He keeps running into the back of him. That's the second contact in like 3 corners. And Tommy P getting a penalty as well now. I don't think that's going to really make any difference as it stands, but still, this could be better. Colmanic's ran right off the track. Hayden's giving him as much of a wide berth as he possibly can. Hayden's going to have to go right around the outside. There's definitely rubbing going on here. Hayden is now physically P4, but it looks like Colmanic's going to try and stick it down the inside. Hayden's going to have to go for a weird switchback, but he can't, and Torin is through. Torin is through here now. Hayden doesn't even have DRS. This just gone all wrong.
Yeah, I've not been a big fan of the raciness that's happened in the last sector or so.
No, me neither. And it's the final lap as well. You've got to be so frustrated if you're in Hayden's position. But Beaker's taken the fastest lap. Beaker has taken the fastest lap. This is a chance. This is a chance here for Hayden. He needs to still somehow get within Aeterno's range, but I don't think he can even do that. The big squeeze from Colmanic on Hayden is really trying to get him back over to the left-hand side and give himself some space. He's going around the outside here. Colmanic sticking his nose in. That is just not on. A mistake has been made from Torin as well. He's rotated the car and Hayden is through, but he's lost out of place as well to WG Players, so no gains.
Damage.
And there's a spin from WG Players as well, so he's back up to P5. Colmanic. Oh, the heartbreak. The absolute heartbreak. Yeah. Colmanic.
Oh, this lap has been tough to watch.
Yeah. Colmanic, more like cool heartache. My cool maniac, should I say. Landers Milman gets the race win. Very well done from him. Tommy P getting P2. Joey Eterno will get P3 into his pocket. Colmanic. Does he deserve it? That's a question. Colmanic into P4. He's giving it to... Oh. Hayden very frustratingly giving Colmanic a nudge.
Vettel and Baku.
Yeah, that was very much what that was. Hayden getting P5, Total P6, Jeb P7, WG Players P8, and that's the last of the point scoring positions. With then Foxu crossed the line P9, but Noosa takes it away from him on penalties. It's such a bitter end.
I have a similar feeling to Perez's when it's Sakir. I have a very similar feeling with that. Whereas I want to be happy for Landers, like, good job you won the weekend, but Hayden had a chance. And in a way it was kind of taken from him.
Well, he got a penalty that wasn't even deserved because he got sent off the circuit. He then got damage that wasn't deserved because he did nothing wrong. He got span unnecessarily. Like, I don't care what that says there. Driver of the day is Hayden for me. I don't think... I feel like that was absolutely unfair. Absolutely unfair. I don't want to take anything away from the others, especially Lando's Milman. He drove really well. He did a very good job to achieve what he did, and I think realistically the overall weekend win is his, without a doubt. But you just got to feel like what it could have been had that not happened. Had Hayden not been taken out, effectively. You know, that's the way it is. It's sad. Very sad. However... that is the end of the F2s. Don't go anywhere though. We will be getting underway with the F1s very shortly. We're just going to quickly get the rundown for you at the overall weekend. Yep, Lando's Milman does secure... he actually got the second fastest lap as well anyway. So he did very much do a fantastic job of keeping it all together. So very well done from him. Hayden got this P2, Aeterno P3, Tommy P4, with Marquez P5, Aviator P6, Colmanic P7, Welsh Toes P8 with Total P9, Beaker P10, Jeb P11, Ravenduck 12th, WG Players 13th, Noosa 14th, Foxy 15th, Amkasa 16th, Matt in 17th, and then in last place is Marken. Right, guys, don't go anywhere. We're about to get underway with the F1s in just a few moments. We'll see you in a sec.